Hey guys, it's Maddie, and for today's video, I'm going to be doing a bullet journal plan with me for September. So this month I chose to do a record theme, and I started off by tracing the imprint of this jar onto my paper, and then I actually marked the circle. Then I was trying to see what size I wanted to make the center of my record. Then I just wrote out September using one of my Tombow brush pens. And to be honest, I wasn't really happy with the way this cover page turned out, so I went back and tweaked it a little bit after the video. But yeah, I know it looks really rough. Then I'm going in with a black brush pen to color in the record. This was the part that I went back and tweaked. You'll see in a minute how I just kind of scribbled in between the letters, and I did not like that look, so I went back and went with more of a solid look for this. I think it'd be really cool though if you were talented enough to do some record detailing in this, like adding the different lines around it or doing the little colored part in the middle instead of just doing it solid plain black like I did. But again, this is all personal preference. Again, I am no like Amanda Rochley. This is definitely beginner friendly. This is my first bullet journal, so don't be embarrassed. Next, I was working on my mood tracker, so I decided to draw in several different records, and then I was going to divide them up into 2 or 3 different days. So you'll kind of see what I mean by this in a minute, but I started by tracing 12 different circles. Yes, just 12. I know there's 30 days in September, but you'll see how I fit it all in here in a minute. Alright, so after I finished tracing those circles, I hand drew the little centers into it. This part was easy enough, and after I got done with that, I worked on sectioning the records into days. So as you can see, I sectioned this one into 3 days, and the next one I sectioned into 2 days. And I just did this making sure that I sectioned enough into 3 days that I would have enough for 30 days. And then at the end, I made my little title thing and key, which is very important when making your key, that you choose some colors that are similar enough that they look good together, but different enough that you can tell the difference between your moods. I don't know, mood trackers are always my favorite page because I feel like I have the most creativity with them. Also, I wasn't really happy with the way that this one looked aesthetically. Like, I did not think it looked nice, but I'm hoping once I get it colored in, it'll look a lot cooler. We'll just sort of see how that one goes. I'll keep you guys updated. Here I'm just taking a Tombow dual brush pen again and coloring in around the letters. I like to start with not getting into the black as much, and then you'll see in the end I do go over the whole thing to cover up any white spaces, but you want to try and keep the brush as clean as possible until you absolutely need to get black on it, because otherwise it'll mess up your coloring for the whole entire block. And then here's figuring out where on earth I was going to fit my key, but luckily I found a little margin to put it in, so I chose orange and 2 peachy colors, and I think that this will make for a nice mood tracker. Flipping it over onto the next spread, on the left is where I do my habit trackers, and I'll always look at a previous month's habit tracker to replicate mine for the next month because I use the same layout every single month. I start off by drawing a little mini calendar for each month for each habit that I want to track, and normally there are 5 habits that I like to track, which are working out, water, giving myself a head massage, wearing my retainer, and eating healthy food. But recently I just haven't really been into the giving myself a head massage thing, just because whenever I was doing that I didn't notice any hair growth increase, so I just sort of ixnayed that one and only made 4 little calendars for this month, which I think is a great thing to do when you're bullet journaling, is take note of things you're not using anymore and get rid of them, and if there's things you'd like to add, then add them, and take note of what spreads are working for you and which ones are not. If you guys are interested in a useful bullet journal spread video, please let me know. It's one I've been contemplating about making for quite a while, just because I think it would be nice to for you guys to see which spreads have consistently been working for me, and they might consistently work for you as well. Just because what works for everyone, or what works for some people, may or may not work for you. So after I get done writing these little calendars out, you'll see I add headings to them and put a little colored band around the like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday part, just for a nice little pop of color. Alright, so after I'm done adding my splashes of color, I'm going to work on putting my title on here. So I've really been liking this lettering technique where I write it out in black and then pick a color and write it offset so it looks like there's a background to it. I don't know, I think it's really cute. Then after I finish that, I'm going to add my goals column. So the goals column is really awesome because it helps you see visually how many days you want to meet that goal each month. So generally I take into account things I already know I have going on in this month, how many days are in the month when setting my goals. So for example, when there's 30 days, trying to work out 15 times would be a really high goal, so I lowered it down to 12. And that's how I set my goals. It's all based off personal preference, of course, but I think taking into consideration those things will help you set some realistic goals for yourself. Over on the next page, I created my monthly events spread. So the way I've been liking to do this recently is just leaving the page blank, and then as something comes up in the month, I'll write the day of the month and what the event is and keep it evenly spaced. This technique has been working great for me the past few months, because it's really hard to try and fit 31 boxes on the page that are big enough to write events in, and I just did the same block technique, and here's the final flip through. Alright, that's the end of the video. If you guys liked it, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Comment down below if you're interested in that useful bullet journal spreads video I talked about. And be sure that you're subscribed and have the bell turned on so that we can be part of the hashtag M&M's Cloud. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!